After being selected 16th in the 2024 NBA Draft by the Philadelphia 76ers, Jared McCain burst onto the scene in his first few months as a rookie and looked like the clear frontrunner to take home the Rookie of the Year award. Unfortunately, the injury bug struck and McCain was forced to miss the final 4 months of the regular season, causing our short-sighted selves to forget about the talent we were so mesmerized by. But with McCain set to return in 25-26, we can go back to marveling at his greatness. What is it that made McCain so good so fast? How sustainable was his 23-game run? And what is the ceiling for a player of his archetype? If forced to summarize McCain's game into 2 words, my report would read bucket getter. Despite not being old enough to legally consume alcoholic beverages during the time he was on the court last season, McCain was one of the most complete scorers in the association. A big part of scoring is the ability to shoot, and man, can McCain sure do that. He hit 38% of his threes and 88% of his free throws last year, but even this undersells his aptitude in this category. I'm a firm believer that there is no perfect shooting form, but if there was one, McCain's would be pretty damn close. His release is simple and compact, and McCain is great about organizing his posture quickly so that he can seamlessly flow into his shot. McCain's form not only makes him an accurate marksman, but a versatile one. Whether it be off the catch, in pick and roll, in transition, or while sprinting off a screen, McCain is a serious threat that defense needs to account for. While highly valuable, a pretty jumper with a lot of methods for launching it isn't anything out of the ordinary in the NBA. Guys like Luke Kennard, Klay Thompson, and Buddy Hield could have similar descriptions written about them. But most of those guys don't have the off-the-dribble bag that McCain wields. Along with being a knockdown three-point shooter, McCain is a good mid-range shooter who also puts a fair amount of pressure on the rim. Despite his stature and lack of a top-tier first step, all 3 levels of the court are available to McCain because of his shiftiness. McCain has a bevy of jabs, crossovers, and hesitations that enable him to generate separation against pretty much any level of defender. In this clip, we see McCain gain an initial advantage with a right-to-left crossover, and then when Jalen Green recovers, the rookie guard responds with a counter spin that leads to a foul and free throws. No shade to Green, but he isn't exactly the poster child for lockdown perimeter defense. But you know who is? His teammate Amen Thompson. Thompson is widely viewed as one of the most physically gifted defenders in recent vintage. However, even his God-given attributes couldn't stop him from getting the work from McCain. In this play, McCain forces Thompson to open his hips with a little bit of tween-tween action. Once he has Thompson where he wants him, McCain hits him with a bump and rip to create contact for another foul. Along with shiftiness, suddenness is a crucial part of McCain's mid-range attack. Look at how quickly he can go from attack mode to mid-range pull-up. Being able to get his shot off with so little wind-up allows McCain to overcome his lack of height and hang time on these type of shots. McCain is also pretty adept at playing off of 2 feet, a trick that other undersized guards like Jalen Brunson and Andrew Nembhard have used to make a ton of money in this league. If I had one quibble with McCain's scoring package, it would be his affinity for contact-averse and ground-bound finishes. Instead of challenging the laws of physics like Ja Morant, McCain often opts for scoop shots around the rim. These looks can be tougher to convert and can limit free throw rates, although McCain's are still pretty solid despite that. Overall, McCain is a confident and skilled scorer, and as a result, he's always in attack mode. For the most part, this is a good thing, as basketball is a game that is heavily based on decisiveness. However, for McCain, this assertiveness also comes with a trade-off. McCain is what I call an imbalanced driver. You see, anytime a player attacks, they make the decision to shoot or pass. The best on-ball offensive players, like, say, Luka Doncic, know how to perfectly blend their scoring and playmaking. Meanwhile, imbalanced ones, like McCain, pick one side far more than the other. According to NBA.com, McCain's pass rate on drives is comparable to guys like Jonathan Kuminga and Cam Whitmore, guys who are known for shooting first and asking questions later. When he does pass the ball, there is another imbalance at play. McCain is super comfortable throwing one-handed passes with his right hand. My favorite pick and roll possession from him last year was when he used his threat as a scorer to force Alperen Şengün to overcommit before diming up Andre Drummond with a slick laydown feed. In this clip, McCain sees Craig Porter Jr. cheating over to tag the roll and slings a pinpoint skip pass to Reggie Jackson for 3. But McCain isn't as smooth passing off a live dribble with his left hand. In those situations, his Troy Bolton mystique departs his soul and he is forced to try to make these passes with 2 hands. This unnecessary movement takes an extra half second, which is all NBA defenders need to recover. Even when he is driving with his right, he still misses some more advanced reads. Here, McCain should have hit the corner shooter the moment he saw the low man rotate over, but he fails to see it, which leads to him going too deep into the paint without a plan, and a deflection that momentarily stalls the possession. Like most rookies in the history of everything, McCain struggled on the defensive side of the ball. He often neglects to anticipate screens, which causes him to run right into sturdy obstacles and lose connection with the ball handler. He can also get caught ball watching on the weak side, leaving the door open for his man to cut right behind him and break the defense's shell. His size does him no favors in this department either. At 6'2" with a 6'3.5" wingspan, McCain is in the bottom 20 of the 547 players in the crafted NBA database in wingspan. This, coupled with his lack of experience, makes him a moving target for opposing teams. To his credit, McCain does have a solid understanding of where he needs to be and how NBA rotations work, and every once in a while, he gets his paws on the ball and creates some chaos. But overall, he's a clear negative on that end of the floor right now. Fortunately, unlike someone like Jordan Poole, a notoriously vulnerable defender, McCain has an incredibly sturdy lower body. And along with helping his strength and balance on the offensive side of the ball, this will help him be a little bit more formidable on the defensive side of the ball. Think about how Kyle Lowry developed into a pretty good defender over time. However, even with this, I still have serious reservations about his ceiling on this end of the floor. Frequent followers of this channel have heard me talk a great deal about the website Dunks and Threes. They have what I consider to be the best publicly available one-number metric on the market right now. McCain finished first among all rookies in the offensive version of the stat, boasting a plus 1.1 offensive EPM. The website's database goes all the way back to 2002, and in that time, only 12 rookies have played at least 500 minutes and posted an offensive EPM at this mark or higher. For all those watching at home, McCain is the bullet point in red. This list includes perennial all-stars like Chris Paul, Kyrie Irving, Damian Lillard, and Donovan Mitchell. But it also has some one-hit wonders like Rodri Bobois, Bones Hyland, and Marcus Thornton. This gets at the big question currently surrounding McCain's developmental trajectory. Players of his mold are either dynamic enough offensive players to be all-stars and all-NBA selections, or they're relegated to being third guards because their offensive contributions don't outweigh their defensive shortcomings. So which of these buckets does McCain fall under? As much as I love him, I fear it may be closer to the latter. In NBA history, only 10 guards averaged over 15 points per game and less than 3 assists per game in their rookie season. Of those players, only Hershey Hawkins and Otis Birdsong ever achieved All-Star status. If McCain can't make serious strides as a passer and playmaker, it's going to be hard for him to reach the necessary threshold for him as an offensive player to be more than just a spunky sixth man. But if he does level that part of his game up and his defense grows the way it tends to for younger players with age, McCain surely has the scoring package and the swagger to be an all-star. What do you think McCain's ceiling is in the NBA? Be sure to let me know in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff just like this. As always, I'll see you guys next time.